What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. This weekend, we watched Split.
The Beast.
There's a man here. He abducted us and he's going to kill me. We're meant for something. Something horrible.
Split was directed by M. Night Shyamalan and stars James McAvoy and Anya Taylor-Joy from a little movie that we liked last year called The Witch. She liked it more than me. So Madison, before I get your thoughts, I'm going to start off by saying this. M. Night Shyamalan was one of those directors who started out so promising with movies like Sixth Sense and Unbreakable and even Signs, and after that, when he did The Last Airbender and The Happening and After Earth, it was just one bad movie after another. And for a while, he was kind of a joke in Hollywood, but with the recent kind of resurgence with a movie called The Visit, one that I didn't even get to see, but I heard it was good, and now Split, I have a feeling that M. Night Shyamalan might be turning his name from something bad into something that is good again. Madison, what are your thoughts on Split?
The movie was definitely not what I expected.
No,
not at all. It was really good though. I really enjoyed it.
Really?
Yes, even before the end, I was really into it. James McAvoy, spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Do you think good enough to win or get nominated for awards?
I'd hope so.
Absolutely.
I feel like people would think that's an easy part to do, like different personalities, but he didn't just do a different accent. He acted the part for each of the 23.
I think this guy is absolutely one of the best actors in Hollywood, especially after watching this movie. He pulls every character off to a T. He gets emotional, he gets personal, but he gets to a point to where he's even scary at times. This is kind of like a horror thriller kind of movie. This guy is incredible. James McAvoy deserves a shot at any movie in Hollywood, and I think any director needs to give him one.
Anya Taylor-Joy is my girl. She's a really good close-up. You can really see the emotion. I don't feel like you get that a lot with.
She has
such
kind of
young
like
actors.
she feels like Haley Steinfeld to me, where she's a younger actress, but she can really get personal, and I think she handles her roles.
So Austin, what are your positives?
Now, I know this is the thing that everybody who has seen this movie really kind of wants us to hit on. Let's talk a little bit about the third act of the movie. So the thing about the movie for me, the reason I liked it throughout the first two acts is something that really M. Night Shyamalan hasn't done really well in quite a while. The movie establishes a real sense of realism, right? Everything feels real, all the characters feel real. Then, when the third act rolls around without any spoilers, things kind of take a little bit of a turn. And although the third act was a lot of fun, in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, the first two acts establish this, then it goes this route, and it just doesn't seem realistic. And Madison, it really bothered me. Until the final scene in the movie, the scene that everyone is talking about. One of the reasons that I think you guys should go and see this movie without spoilers, I have never watched a movie where the entire movie makes complete sense in one 20-second scene, but that was this scene. I commend M. Night Shyamalan for putting his legendary twist in the last scene, and although it wasn't really a twist, it was a reveal, and ladies and gentlemen, this could be one of the biggest reveals of 2017. I can't say what it is, but please go and watch this movie for this one scene.
And if you don't understand what the scene means, it's okay, because I didn't either.
No, listen, she didn't get what the scene meant because I can't really get into details, but there's just stuff that you have to know. And whether you walk out confused, whether you think to yourself, why did Shyamalan decide to use this character to change the entire story? If you are walking out feeling that way, I recommend you go home and do some research. Google it, YouTube it, whatever, because once I explained it to her, she was like, oh my goodness, everything that just happened in the last 25 minutes makes complete sense. Guys, it is incredible. And if you are a fan of Shyamalan movies, and if you have seen Shyamalan movies before, you will get the twist, you will love the twist, and you will be very excited for the future. And Madison, because this redemption scene works so well, Split is so far my favorite movie of the year, even though it's my only movie. So real quick, let's talk about some negatives that we had with the movie. Madison?
Negatives for me, flashbacks were good.
Okay.
They were relevant towards the end. Just felt a little out of place.
I agree with you there, yeah. Some of the flashbacks felt kind of, although they were kind of necessary to the story, there were a couple that were a little forced and kind of felt out of place. And it kind of drugged the movie on a little bit. At one point, I was kind of looking at the clock like, okay, are we going to speed things up? Is this movie almost over?
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
And for me, okay, this, I don't know if you can consider this a negative, but I don't really know what to class, like what genre. I know what it says the genre is, but for me, it wasn't definitely not a horror film.
No, it wasn't. It was more of a thriller, a psychological
It was like a thriller, scary movie. Like you said, there was realism, but I didn't get that. I wasn't scared. I was interested. I was like, what is going to happen next?
And like I've already said, the third act for me was kind of a struggle bus a little bit. Although, like I said, I was enjoying it. I was kind of like, why is this happening? But that's all settled in the final scene, like I said. The Happening. No, not that. I hate that movie. The two other girls were fine, but they really didn't add anything to the movie, and I didn't love them as characters.
Acting wasn't.
It wasn't the best. I will also say there are some very typical horror movie cliches in this. Characters do things, you're like, why did you just do that?
People behind us.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
And the first scene in the movie, it's like, at one point something happens and the girl does something. It's like, come on. You could easily have done this other thing and it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, but they can't just escape, like run away.
I know. The movie would have ended in like 5 minutes, so yeah.
So I guess before you ask, I'll give you my score.
Yep, I was going to ask
because you always ask that question.
Here we go. Score time.
I really liked this, and I liked that there wasn't a particular genre for me. It was just a really interesting film. I'm going to give it a 7.9.
7.9?
It was really, it was cool.
That's a great score. If the movie would have ended at the end of the third act without the final scene, my score would have been a lot lower, but because it did not, and because we got that final scene, I'm gonna go 0.1 below you, Madison, a 7.8 out of 10. No, we did not discuss this.
I thought you were gonna give it a 0.1.
0.1 out of 10. Terrible movie, don't ever watch it. Wow, we were really split on that one.
Stop. Why'd you do that?
I don't know. That hurt.
Your face is so red.
Oh.
Keep going.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video, watching this review. I do recommend going and watching Split, especially if you're a fan of M. Night Shyamalan or what he used to be, because we all know you're not a fan of what he has done in the last couple of years. It's been bad. Once again, thumb this video in the upward direction if you know what I mean. Subscribe to this channel if you like this channel and if you like movie stuff. Sure. Follow me on all the social medias at the Burkinator with the 3 instead of the Eats like the Baconator, but it's me. What do you have?
I have Instagram.
That's Instagram. Follow her.
Coleslaw6.
Coleslaw6, not coleslaw. I messaged coleslaw once. It was really awkward. And well, I guess that's it. I'll catch you guys later.